Today on the Status Update Show, we're going to be clicking on Empire and the Terrence Howard N-word controversy. Common and his white love and those that feel the same as he. Should Idris Elba be the new James Bond? Well, the old one doesn't think so. Lawrence Fishburne wants his mother in the Matrix and on the street. Girl fights around the globe. White dudes fighting cops. And President Obama gets uptown funky.
Hey, my name is Art Garfield, and welcome to the Status Update Show, where we report, comment, spoof, make fun of, and basically waste valuable time talking about trending status posts across social media. Pretty much what most of us do every day on Facebook, except, obviously, we are away from the hidden privacy of our computer screen, and we're bringing it to you live. Well, I have my laptop, but that don't count. Now, we only have a half hour, so we're going to only cover but so much of this material, but I have a panel of people here that are contributing that we get as much laugh mileage out of this time as possible, and I will introduce them momentarily. First topic, though, Empire. Woo!
Trending big time, the most successful debuting show in Fox Network history, gaining millions of new viewers each week, is Empire. And Instagram went crazy posting memes following the show. So without further ado, welcome to the Memepire. Up until then, Scandal was the biggest show led by a black female, and I'm sure there was a little animosity between these two chicks. Just a little. Terrence Howard came a long way from the Hustle and Flow days, didn't he? But he's still a pimp, and he knows just what to say to get his his artists to turn tricks. To sing. But he has to be real implicit with some of these employees of his and their instructions, because some get mixed signals. And he can't deal with sensory overload either. Too many revelations cause his ALS to flare up. Don't piss him off. And other things come up too. And when he's incapacitated, everybody's trying to steal his company. And get some potential merchandising as well. But he loves him some cookie. Loves him some cookie. And all's well that ends well. I know one show that's glad Empire's off for a while.
Less than a few days from Empire's finale, the show star Terrence Howard took his talents to weighing on how he believes the N-word is necessary, especially when it comes to the hit Fox show. Howard recently made headlines because of this point of view. In fact, Howard says that in season 2 of Empire, the show's writers and creators should consider using the N-word. This is what he says.
I think our show just tells the absolute truth, no matter what's at stake. Cookie's brutally honest, and Lucius.
Going after Andre's wife, talk about hating her, having a white woman in the family. What I love, though, is you want to push it even further season 2. You said we should use the N-word, we got to be authentic, we should go even further with this. How far are we going to go?
Well, I believe, if we're going to really tackle racism, if we're going to tackle bigotry, if we're going to tackle homophobia, we need to tackle it dead on. You don't just sit up and, well, let's give it a little aspirin right here. No, we need to take the sutures, open up the problem, and reach in and grab it. And since is used in almost every conversation in most black neighborhoods, why is it that we don't hear it on TV anymore? Are white people afraid of it? Did they create the word? But if this is something that we use on a daily basis, then let's address what it really means.
Well, can I just address Terrence?
Comedian Mike Troy. To my left, Ashley Nguito. To her left, Stephanie McCray. You guys just seen, I'm a little baffled from this, so it's got my timing all off. Let's just talk about what this thing that Common is talking about, because I just don't.
What I've always find interesting is that there's the movement now to take the injuries and the bitterness of racism and return them to white people, the dominant culture, the majority culture. There's a real anger, a real vein of anger of like, hey man, I didn't have slaves, and you're like, no, that's. But they're not talking about that. They're talking about a power structure.
Yeah. Well, my thing is now it's like, hey, we all know it's been some bad history in our country. We know that racism exists. I'm like saying, hey, y'all, I'm extending a hand, and I'm hoping I think a lot of the generations in different cultures are saying, hey, we want to get past this. If we've been bullied, we've been beat down, but we don't want it anymore. And we're not extending a fist. We're not saying, hey, you did us wrong. It's more like, hey, I'm extending my hand in love. Let's forget about the past as much as we can, and let's move from where we are now. How can we help each other? Can you try to help us? Because we're going to help ourselves too. That's really where we are right now.
How? And I think that's exactly right. And I think.
Come on, man.
Come on,
man. Is he going for an Oscar? What is he going for? Like, I think he's playing up to Hollywood. Like, he's supposed to be socially, like, what the hell?
I don't know what his thing is. And every time black people extend a hand to white people, it gets cut off, something happens to it.
Exactly. Like, I can't believe this. I really can't believe. I don't like Common no more.
He's too light-skinned.
No, I think he was going for a totally different angle. I think he wants to extend a hand, pull a white man in, hug him, and then choke his ass out.
That's what
I don't look at it like that.
You know what, Steph? I thought that same thing. I'm like, he's playing the game.
Yeah.
He's trying to soften them up some so he can get in and hopefully bring some other people in.
If he meant something other than that, Common, your new name is Basic. Because that's some basic shit you just said.
Shots fired.
Well, it's almost like if you embrace them, which, you know, I'm all about peace and love and being free and whatnot. But for example, you're gonna get another Iggy Azalea, really? Right. Where they're gonna be taking all the glory for all the history and hard work that the black culture has kind of promoted over the years. And you're gonna go and have, someone like Iggy Azalea. So if you're gonna embrace them, there's always like the risk of like, hey, like, let me take your culture and then make millions off of it. So
exactly.
like, what are you doing? Much respect to Common, but I mean,
I know what she's talking about.
He's selling out. Yeah, that's a sellout. He's selling out.
I mean, and the world, there's not enough Iggy's out there to make the world, embrace the culture with all that kind of love. You know what I mean? That he's looking for. I don't.
It's crazy, man.
Boo.
Yeah.
Boo him.
Yeah, calm down. Loser.
What about James Brown? Not James Brown.
Yeah.
Did I say James Brown?
Yeah.
James Brown.
Yeah,
Well, let me tell you something. Idris can be anybody he wants to.
Here we go. Listen to this real quick. Roger Moore found himself in a world of controversy after making some recent remarks about Idris Elba. Last year, Luther fans all over the world rejoiced when a leaked email written by ex-Sony Pictures exec Amy Pascal revealed that she was interested in having Elba play James Bond. But Moore, who portrayed the iconic superstar spy in 7 films, doesn't seem to be excited about having a black man as the next heir to his throne. In an interview with the magazine, 87-year-old actor said, "A few years ago, I said that Cuba Gooding Jr. would make an excellent Bond, but it was a joke. Although James may have been played by a Scot, a Welshman, and an Irishman, I think he should be English. English, nevertheless." It's an interesting idea, but unrealistic. But when the interview was published, Moore immediately received backlash on social media, with many particularly upset by his assertion that Elba was not English. The general consensus seemed to be that telling an Englishman who was born in England that he's not English enough, it just thinly veiled racism.
Yeah.
Discussion.
I think it would be cool to have Eva play James Bond. I think we need a black James Bond. We need a black Batman. We need some black superheroes, and I think he'd be the dude to play it. Yeah, I feel that.
I think he should play something more important. Why he can't play a porn star? I mean, we can name him Dick Van Dyke. And he can show up with his James Bond.
No.
Okay.
I mean,
my bad.
That's a woman thing. We just want him to just mac all the chicks across the world, internationally. That's what we're interested in. And here's the bug out thing. Roger Moore, how can Roger Moore be so biased about who should play James Bond, when if we would have knew that he was gay, we would have never went for him playing James Bond. And personally, James Bond left when Sean Connery left, because he was the Bond.
Okay, yeah.
Sean Connery was the Bond.
Yeah, he was.
He was the Bond.
I mean, I feel like anybody, I mean, his comments about being, it's unrealistic. I mean, the whole world is a mashup of colors. Like, who can't play whoever character they want to be, you know? I would say a good comparison is I'm a huge fan of The Walking Dead, and like, I can represent for my Asians, you know what I mean? Like, I love the guy that plays Glenn. I mean, he's like smashing all these dudes, you know, killing all these zombies. And, you know, I think he's a hot Asian guy, you know? We got to put in some, you know, some Asians. Maybe I'm going to represent for my Asian pride, you know what I'm saying?
So do you want to see an Asian guy play Bond?
Yeah, I would like to see an Indian guy play. I would like to see, I mean,
I don't know about Indian Bond.
Don't be hating. Don't be hating.
I know about Indians.
Okay, yeah, I don't.
Mrs. Pussy Galore.
Oh, come on.
I want to do something to you so bad, but my secret weapon is I don't know where it is.
I mean, you wouldn't like to see, you know, like an Indian, you know, Aziz Ansari. You don't put Aziz Ansari in there.
Aziz, little Aziz.
I would love to see that.
He's a big lighter. That's all he can play. He can just play. He can just play something small. He's a sidekick.
I would love to see it just for shits and giggles.
It would be hilarious.
You know, not in like, you know,
it would be
sexy
hilarious.
form.
No hate on Aziz, but yeah.
I think Eva would be a great James Bond.
Yeah.
Though. He has that smooth stuff with him. He'd be a good Batman too. Good Batman.
You're right, man. He could play so many of those different roles.
Superman.
And they should add Cookie in there, because, you know, Cookie could turn it up.
Black folks just can't get a break. You know what I mean? And sometimes we don't extend the break. Let's take Lawrence Fishburne, for example. You heard about him?
Of course.
Yes. What about him, though?
Lawrence Fishburne is trending that his mother is about to be homeless because he cut her off.
Yeah, this is like the third time he cut her off.
No, it was his daughter is a porn star.
Right, on her 21st birthday.
Yeah, I mean, they're a typical black family. What happened?
But how's his mom? How are you gonna put your moms out on the street? How you gonna?
Is she getting high?
His mom's getting high?
That picture looked like she was getting high.
Looked like she was in the Matrix too.
I think she was high.
No, I wouldn't see that my mom's be homeless. I'd probably put her in a shelter or something, but I wouldn't see that she's homeless, whether she was doing drugs or not.
Well, yeah, I mean, if it was up to Fishburne, I mean, shelter would be like a good refrigerator box from his, you know what I mean?
Just straight out in the street.
He got a brand new refrigerator. He goes like, Mom, I gave you the box. What do you want?
Wow.
I gave you the box. That's your staff.
She around the house getting high and smoking and stealing shit. I mean, what?
I don't know what she does. It depends. And
She does his mother. I think that's her claim to fame now. But she's the one who started him off in his career. Like, she was the one, like, when
she gave birth to him, but now...
No, but
she has a famous vagina, basically.
Like, when he did with Platoon or Apocalypse Now? Which one was it?
I don't think either. I know he did Cornbread Earl and Me.
Yeah, but he was in one of those movies. I think it was Platoon. He was a little kid, and he was in it.
Wow.
He was like a teenage. He was like a teenage soldier. He was in it. Yeah.
I think maybe we should do some fact finding. Find out what's going on with moms.
Yeah, we got to find out.
Next up.
Next up, we're clicking on a whole bunch of things. So the next thing up is this whole girl fight. This whole girl fight.
Give me my phone. Really, I don't even want to see that video no more. It's very disturbing. But I do know one thing. They said that the little girl's grandmother, parents don't want to talk about it. Shout out to Brooklyn. Because you know what, had that been my daughter, I would have been up at McDonald's. I'm talking about busting shots at everybody. The cashier, the dude on fries, everybody would have got their
And they got a new drink out.
What's
The
it called?
Beatdown. No, it's a Beatdown.
You know what?
It comes with a happy meal. Anybody can get it.
Anybody can get it.
Supersized beatdown. That's what that was, a supersized beatdown.
It's off the dollar menu.
Yeah.
No, but shout out to that little girl, because she was holding it down. I mean, the fight was like 3 minutes, and at the last 40 seconds, you know, they got it down. I'm not promoting any fighting, but I'm just saying.
What about the old dude that was there, but he didn't want to break up the fight? And I know why he didn't want to break up that fight. Because he didn't want to have them girls whip his ass. That would have been really embarrassing.
I'm with old dude. I got shit to do in the morning. You can't be having these kids whooping your ass, and then the next morning.
And then they're gonna turn it around and blame you.
Exactly.
You should have known better
right.
and all that.
Then
And they probably would have said he ordered the beatdown.
Yeah, right. Supersize.
That's what you get from your ex for a beatdown. Oh man. So
that's gonna be the new commercial. Got to beat that.
And now another thing that's trending is there was police officers have been really coming down. I mean, it's going on for years on how they've been coming down on black folks.
Please don't comment that. Please don't comment
His
that.
name is Basic.
Please
His name is very basic.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
It's been trending. Now that we have camera phones and everything is live and in color, instantaneously, we've been seeing cops abusing black folks, arresting them for small, offenses and whatever. And recently, two cops were apprehending a black man, and a white guy just had enough and jumped into the arrest and started whipping the cop's ass. Do we have that video? That was crazy, wasn't it?
That was crazy.
That guy just ran up in there and started punching on that cop, and they didn't shoot him.
Yeah, they didn't shoot him, and I'm really pissed off that we never got to see the end of the video.
This guy's on tour, he's doing shows, network shows. Tell him how he fucked up some cops.
I don't even have a joke.
He's like a special keynote speaker at graduations now.
The only one to survive fucking up a cop on camera while two cops were beating the shit out of a black dude.
Yeah, he's a hero. We need to give him a day on Black History Month. He just get his own day.
It is absolutely crazy. We have a girl fight from the Burger King, and we have another one way across on the other side of the globe in China. Two little Asian girls getting down.
Oh, I didn't see that.
And it's almost duplicate of the Burger King beatdown.
Burger King or McDonald's?
McDonald's.
Okay.
Well, I guess I was thinking Burger King because they let that bitch have it her way. Because she came in there wanting to fight, didn't she?
Yeah.
Beat down.
I'm whooping that bitch.
I'm whipping. That's funny. And I'm loving it. Light-skinned brothers are winning, man. I mean, you were talking about the new guy on Comedy Central? Did you hear about this guy named
Trevor Noah?
Trevor Noah? Yeah. He's just got the seat for the Jon Stewart show to replace him.
Right.
The Daily
And I'm looking at this, I'm going, the top 3 shows with black people on that network are all like from interracial families, or very, very light skinned. We know that Noah and that Key and Peele are both from interracial families. I don't know about Wilmore. He looks like it is, like he is. I don't know if he is. But I'm like, what is Comedy Central trying? What kind of message are they trying to put across to us? You know what I mean? Like, this is the face.
If it ain't gonna be white.
Of the new Black America.
Right, but the thing is with Comedy Central, their demographics is the Midwest.
Right.
The kids, the teenagers, they don't, so that's their whole thing.
Right. And there's a lot of light skins, a lot of brand new light skinned kids. They're making a whole bunch of them now.
Yeah.
They're making them?
Yeah, they're making them.
How are they making them? They're just going through a factory?
I heard the depot is in Seattle, Washington. Because that's like the hub of interracial relationships. And from there, they disperse them across the country.
Oh, okay.
I mean, did you see the Final Four? Half the Final Four are like, mulatto kids. You know, with
Yeah.
white parents. That's So they got the tall gene, and they got the superior athletic ability from the father's side. And they got
the
that
light
light skin
skin,
and the
yeah.
good hair thing, I guess. From the parents. But it's like half the Final Four squad. They're all light-skinned kids. I mean, they're taking over.
I wanted to be black, to be honest. That's all I ever wanted. Especially since one day growing up, I met an American, and he was shocked that in South Africa we had all these titles. And he said to me, well, Trevor, if you go out to America, they'll label you as black. And I said, really? He was like, oh, hell yeah. Yeah, buddy, everybody's black out there, yeah. You'd be super black. I was like, well, that sounds good to me. Super black. Yeah. And I made a choice. It's like, first chance I get, I go out to America, I'm gonna get a piece of that black. And I did, boarded a flight. It was an 18-hour journey, Johannesburg to New York. I didn't sleep a wink. I just sat there in my chair like a madman, watching every single black American movie I could find. Just sitting there going crazy, practicing like, yeah, you know what I mean, yeah. King Kong ain't got shit on me, yeah. Sorry? Oh, the chicken, please, the chicken. Thank you. That's fine, thank you. Yeah, put it in your mouth, yeah. 18 hours of flying, 18 hours of practice.
Did you hear the laugh track?
Was that the Apollo?
That couldn't have been like the real Apollo.
No, I don't
'cause
think so.
I didn't see no fruit flying at him.
But is he funny? No.
I don't, he's not my funny. But but I don't think
I
the
think
black
he's funny.
audiences is, say what?
I think he's funny.
That's because he's light skinned.
Asian guy to be James Bond.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey,
wanna-
I mean, I see. I got L. So, I mean, I've seen his stand-up Black American, and then I also saw his documentary, which is You Laugh But It's Funny. I mean, I don't think he's like hilarious like Kevin Hart. He has a different kind of comedy. Hilarious.
Right.
I mean, in like stark comparison, I mean, he has more of like an intellectual feel. Like a lot of his stand-up goes back to apartheid, so it's kind of like in South Africa. So it is more of a. I get like the political background, so I could see how he could fit in, but it might not fit everyone's audience. So I get it, but we'll see what he says.
We're comics, so I could look at somebody and go, he's funny. And even if it's not my type of funny, but I don't know enough about him. That's all.
Yeah,
I don't know
and that's why people are like trying to find things about him, and they go back to his tweets, and his tweets are, labeled as racist, and people are outraged. They were talking about. I think there was a tweet about
he said something.
He almost ran over like a Jewish kid, and he was like, "Oh, I was driving my German car," or something like that. And people were like, "Oh my gosh, racist!" I'm like, "But that's what comedians are.
Right,
like, they take something that's from its at the core heart of it, a truth, and they make it funny, and that's their spiel. I mean, people are like, "Oh my gosh, there's as if he was a politician or something." Yeah, come on.
Yeah, they were attacking
Well,
him
that
already.
goes back to people not wanting to accept everybody else's truth. That's his truth, and that's where comedy comes from, truth. And he put a little comedic twist on it, and
Have another person with African roots from Africa that's in power.
Exactly.
Right.
And
First Obama, now no.
light-skinned people are ruling.
I know because I won both of them. I love you back. This hit, that ice cold. Michelle Pfeiffer, that white gold. This one for them. Good girls. Them good girls. Great masterpiece. Style. While living in the city. Got Chucks on with St. Laurent. Gotta kiss myself. I'm so pretty. I'm too hot. Hot damn. Got a police and a fireman. I'm too hot. Hot damn. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. Hot damn. Say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot. Hot damn. Am I bad? Not bad money. Break it down. Girls, hit your hallelujah. Girls, hit your hallelujah. Girls, hit your hallelujah. Cut up, down, I'm gonna give it to you. Cut up, down, I'm gonna give it to you. Cut up, down, I'm gonna give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me? Just watch.
We're going to wrap this up. I'd like to thank my guests for being here.
Thank you.
Stephanie McCray, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ashley and Vito, thank you very much. Mike Troy, my man, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
My name is Art Garfield for the Status Update Show, and we will see you next week. Peace.
This is that ice cold Michelle fight for that white gold. This one for them hood girls, them good girls, straight masterpieces. Stylin', wildin', living it up in the city. Got Chuck's on with Saint Laurent. Gotta kiss myself, I'm so pretty. I'm too hot. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. Say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot. And my band about that money. Break it down. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh! Stop. Wait a minute. Fill my cup, put some nigga in it. Take a sip, sign the check. Julio, get the stretch. Right to Harlem, Hollywood, Jackson, Mississippi. If we show up, we gon' show out. Smoother than a fresh drop skipping. I'm too hot. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. Bitch, say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot. And my band bout that money. Break it down. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh! Before we leave.
Hey, this is Art Garfield, actor, stand-up comedian, and fat boy, author of my best-selling book, Power Was My Mentor. Ding! It's about me and Bill Cosby. You need to Google that. And now I'm the host of the Status Update Show here on Manhattan Neighborhood Network every Wednesday night at 10:30 p.m. on Channel 56. We're like TMZ meets the Social Network meets the Daily Show. We also have liquor, bad language, weed, condoms, naked chicks every Wednesday night, Channel 56, 10:30 p.m.